I started reading a lot about blockchain, and I think it's a very disruptive technology. So I'm looking at more on the infrastructure side to see what is the infrastructure that's going to help it build and push it forward.
The more money into the space, the more fiat money that we're able to attract, that means there's going to be a complete flourishing of the entire blockchain space. So if we're able to attract real money, and I'm talking not necessarily retail investors, I'm talking about smart money and eventually institutional investors, endowments, if they could actually see the value of blockchain in and of itself, and we provide these security tokens as a vehicle to attract such large investors, I don't see a problem in them in the long run.
Last year, while a year was for Bitcoin, this is a year for blockchain. And I think blockchain is not only going to scale, it's going to get adapted. I mean, we are in the month of May, and people are talking about blockchain. Companies are looking at blockchain, and they want to get involved in that space. So if blockchain is here to stay, the next push after that is going to be security, because that's going to drive it even more higher.
As far as I know of how security tokens work, there is something sort of real leverage against the thing itself, in which case, in the same way that when you take out a loan, you sort of put up some sort of collateral in order to justify you taking out the loan in the case of it falling out, the security has that same sort of recourse if something were to go wrong, which no coin or token, utility token, has today. Like, as soon as it flops, it flops.
True utility tokens are rare, and they don't work because I don't think humanity is ready for them to work. We're still very early on in the blockchain revolution.
The whole removing of the middleman, which I know is sort of a cliche now in the blockchain community, I think is the most important bit, because it removes the necessity of having some sort of central authority to validate transactions and relationships.
Once T0 comes on board, then you have another exchange that's been quietly built. It's called San Juan Mercantile Exchange. I don't know if anybody knows about that, but it's quietly being built, and it's coming in, I believe, end of second quarter. So you have few of these exchanges that are being built, which I believe are going to stir up the security tokens by a milestone. I recently have been involved in a project from Canada, and I was told that Toronto Stock Exchange may be listing them, so they are opening up to security tokens. So a lot is happening on the security side. This is a very changing field. I think as we evolve in this blockchain space, I think security tokens are just going to spike. It's just a matter of time now.
In the short term, there will be an issue in terms of liquidity in the market, meaning if you thought that Bitcoin would be $1 million today, and you're sadly mistaken, because the fact that the SEC and other regulatory bodies are stepping in for the protection of the investors is a good thing going forward. In the short term, it doesn't really help, but in the long term, I really believe that it will allow for blockchain to be a multi-trillion-dollar ecosystem.